Let's talk about the last episode of this amazing season that was House of the Dragons. It's already being compared to the first season of the Game of Thrones, I think it's both comparable. And what do you think? Which one do you think is the best first season? Is Game of Thrones, it is House of the Dragon. And let's talk about a little bit more what happened in this crazy episode. We need to end also always the season finale in a great style, and they ended in that crazy way. All of that and more in the next few minutes. So please don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, it helps a lot the channel. So let's go to the video. Okay, so we first start with the thing that what was the other episode, the last two episodes gave us. They gave us that Viserys died, and then they crowned his oldest male son, which is from Alicent. Alicent heard that he was giving up the throne from Rhaenyra and gave it to Aegon, but he was all drugged, from the milk that he drinks to keep. It's like the morphine that we have today. And because of all of that, they had a miscommunication. Alicent, of course, she wanted Aegon to become the king. So she heard everything that she wanted to hear, So, I want him to become the king, or blah, blah, blah. Whatever did he say? So he was crowned, and then we see that his sister, Viserys' sister, scared them off and was going to tell Rhaenyra of everything that happened. And while she was hearing everything from her mouth, from my aunt's mouth, she's starting to have a baby, but she was like, oh, this baby's coming out. So it was like, this belly isn't ready to receive a baby, so to deliver a baby. So when we saw we have the bad formation of the baby, but not only that, the most scary thing was how crazy was she of having the baby by herself. She was laying on the ground in the corner having the baby from herself. Like, it was a very dirty scene. Like, I never see my dad shocked seeing an episode. It was the first time I was also pretty shocked. And while that, Daemon was going to talk with the dragon, because they're going to start war, so they need the biggest amount of firepower literally that they can have. So what is the biggest firepower they have? Westeros dragons. They have a lot of dragons. They have more than 10 dragons, and the only one that is the most powerful one was the dragon that was once from Jaehaerys, the king before Viserys. And this was one of the best scenes that we see from this show, which was him with High Valyrian singing to the dragon so calmly. And then when you see like a very old dragon with a bunch of scars, just very mean looking, just like Vhagar, he was spitting fire, because he's known to be a very crazy dragon, because he was a part of a lot of battles. So he is really, really powerful. He has a lot of battle knowledge, which is going to be a very big triumph on this war. I don't know who is going to control it. If it was to be someone, needed to be Daemon, because he's the most experienced person there. And then we see that Otto goes there to try to convince Rhaenyra to resign, and just admit that Aegon is going to be the king. But he gave a little bit of humiliation, saying, oh, your sons are gonna be high powers, but your sons are gonna have, I think the new son gonna be like, I don't know how to say this in English. It's like the guy who helps the king with the swords and the shields, like very low class jobs, So he was kind of humiliating him, and Daemon was like, I would rather feed my son to the dragons to give these jobs of humiliation that you're giving them. And this is a very powerful scene. So we see also that Otto gives a drawing that it was like a page of a book that Alicent gave to her, or at least Rhaenyra gave to Alicent, representing the friendship, and then Alicent gave it back, it represented a lot for her. So that, I think, was one of the reasons that Rhaenyra waited at least a day to give the final answer, even though she knew that she wanted to be the queen. It was the right thing. But she at least was backing down because of that, I imagine that. And then we see that Daemon is overstepping a little bit. He's showing who he really are. We forgot that he was a bastard, because when they're discussing with Rhaenyra, he chokes her, to show that, we need the dragons to win the battles, it wasn't peaceful thing that made us who we are. The dragons did, which was very powerful. This scene was really powerful. And then we see, I think it was the best finale that I could imagine for the show, because just like in the season 1 of the Game of Thrones, what was the finale? The finale was Ned Stark dying, so him dying was a thing that we didn't imagine that it was gonna happen. Then when it happened, we were shocked, just like at the end of this one, because Rhaenyra sent all those sons to go to different castles or different lords and to help with the war, But when Lucerys, which I think is Lucerys, which is the youngest son from her, which is at least the youngest son that she has with, is the middle son from Howry, and when she goes there, it tells him, get your dragon and go to the Baratheons. When he arrives there, there's Vhagar already there, so that Aemon is already there. And you're gonna be scared about the chin and this smug face, which annoys me so much. Jesus Christ, when he dies, I'm gonna be so happy. It's gonna be the happiest moment of my fucking life. And at the moment that they arrive there, there's no deal, so Lucerys needs to go back, and then Aemon is already so obsessed with the fact that he needs to get an eye off him because of the things that happen at the younger. You need to forget that, you need to go on. You already have the biggest dragon of all time. You're already more powerful than him, you don't need to do that, So he goes there with his dragons, try to scare him off, but dragons are animals. Even Viserys said, the thing that we thought that we control the dragons, it's a fantasy, it doesn't exist, because dragons are fearful animals. If it's already hard for you to have, this in the United States, people with lions, how the hell you're gonna control a lion? Imagine a dragon, because the dragon is the size of a fucking house, and he spits fire, So you have that in your mind, so you understand that when they are flying around, and Lucerys and his own dragon, he sees Vhagar, his first act of battle mindset is to burn him, but Vhagar is so much bigger, and he goes chasing after him, and then when Lucerys is up there, Vhagar comes out of nowhere and just annihilates the dragon and kills Lucerys. So my jaw dropped on the freaking floor, It was so insane to see that, the face of him. Even Daemon didn't want that to happen. He was looking like, what the hell did I just, and he just kills his nephew. And how the hell is he gonna tell Alicent, I just killed my nephew, so the war is gonna get way worse now. And then at the end of the episode, of course you don't hear anything, but you see that Daemon is going slowing down, going to talk with Rhaenyra, and then Rhaenyra receives the message, the camera is behind her, so you don't see her expression, but when she comes back, she goes so angry. We see her angry expression, and you understand now that the war is gonna get finally serious. This was the greatest finale of all, because now we are so pumped to see how things are gonna develop. Because the first season, as we saw, was just the development and how those crises in this family happen. The reason there's so multiple reasons that this happens. Basically because first of all, Rhaenyra wasn't supposed technically to become the queen because she's a woman, but then Viserys stumped his feet and said she's gonna be a queen. So there's a lot of lords who doesn't like this idea, but hey, some of them started to like that. And by the time that Alicent got his male son, and Otto Hightower was putting these ideas on her, she thought, I need to have my son. And then this relationship that Alicent have with Rhaenyra came so apart. And not only that, Rhaenyra having three bastard sons with Harry Strong. This helped also to amplify the idea that Alicent has that Rhaenyra is just like a whore or something like this, and she does whatever she wants, and she doesn't deserve to have the right of the throne. Alicent have some glimpse of, maybe I'm being too bad with her, but Otto just digs that right down her throat and remembers that she needs to have her son as the king. And this battle, it's just it's so interesting how this facts that we saw in the first season already put us in a part of what is going to happen from now on. And I'm so pumped, at least, to see what's going on. This is one of the best shows that came out of this year, and for my verdict, at least for this season, is I'm gonna put like an 8.5, like not 9. Let's go with an 8.5. I'm pretty solid on that. And let me guys know what you think, but don't forget to subscribe, leave a like. But okay, so let's now see some more memes about House of the Dragon the first season. Okay, Visenya, have we conquered Dorne yet? Please stop committing war crimes. because this dragon is like 100 years old, something like that. So I think her head is not on the right place. But at least I'm gonna give her a pass because she was attacked first. So she just defended herself. No, Vhagar, let them go. This will start a war. I think the freak not, little boy. Grandma wants her snack. This was good. This was good. Man, just because of the show, Michael Jordan knows she got a fire in her face. It's like, and I took that person. That's what I talk about. No, she can't have a pass. No, she was attacked first. And Vhagar, stop! It was just a break, Vhagar. Most of the memes are from Vhagar and Daemon, but they're just so good. Outing myself as a Kingslayer. I admit that I lost control of my dragon. Yeah, it's just like that. We did it, Visenya. We beat the Dornish, because Visenya is her old owner. So people today she's still on their mind. No, we need to conquer the door. We need to kill the Dornish, but this happened like 50, 70 years ago. And then I know that ride home on Vhagar was quiet as freak. Storm's End if Lucerys had his eye removed at Laena's funeral. Yeah, the dragon's gonna separate ways. Yes. And I see you again. Oh no, Vhagar got them airports in years. We the more you freak around, the more you find out. That was the best meme of them all. This one is actually pretty good. Well, Frank. And this one was the gross one. Window has seen some things. There was some more that I saw, but I think this one were the best. If have some, just sent me. I would love to react to them, and I just love this show. It was just such an amazing show. It made some things that made me laugh, and I'm hoping to see way more now. The season 2, it's just coming in 2024, and I can't wait to see that. Sadly, this is one of the last season of the year, and then we're gonna do a recap at least in the end of the year, showing what were my favorite series this year. So again, don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe. It's so important to the channel, and I see you on the next video. So goodbye and peace.